Hey guys, so we started this new thing. I've been learning with some friends a lot about David HaMelech and about all the psukim that he wrote in Tehillim and how we're supposed to learn from them and how we're supposed to judge people favorably and how we're supposed to look at things in a positive way and deal with struggles. And then I said to myself, we're learning all these psukim, all these different passages from Tehillim that he wrote, but let's learn about what happened to him personally and let's see what exactly did he go through? How did he deal with things? We're going to be discussing through this series different stories, different circumstances where David HaMelech, King David, has to deal with people or deal with his own inner struggles or children or problems with enticements and different obstacles in his life. And right now I'm just going to give you a little preview of one of those episodes where David HaMelech was at a point in his life where he was very, very well recognized, and he had some difficulties though. He took a woman who was married to Uriah Hitti, and he sent Uriah to the battlefront to get killed, and then married his wife, Bathsheba, and he had already impregnated Bathsheba before Uriah died. So that's already a whole scandal. How are we supposed to understand that? We're talking about David HaMelech, we're talking about the greatest of the greats, we're talking about someone who as a child was treated as if he was a bastard, as if he was from another marriage. His father, Yishai, thought that he wasn't from him, that it was his wife was impregnated by someone else because he divorced her for a short period of time. David has to go through a lot of struggles through life. At one point, his son Avshalom is now rebelling against him. David's son Avshalom says, that's it. David, my father, I should be the king. And he got his position from his father at the gates of the city, and he would judge people. And everyone who came to him, he would judge them favorably and say, come to me if you have any issues. My father, David, is very strict. And over a period of time, I think it was like 40 years, I forgot exactly how long, a long time, he got all these people to love him because he said, I'm going to be compassionate, as opposed to my father. So people start joining Avshalom slowly but surely, and Avshalom then has a whole army, convinces all of Bnei Israel to fight with him against his father David. And David has to run away out of Yerushalayim and goes and hides somewhere. David, before he ran away, he had an advisor. His name was Achitophel. Achitophel was an incredible mystic, genius, sage. He was able to speak, he had Ruach HaKodesh, he had divine spirit, or Hashem would give him different ideas, just put him right in his head, a form of prophecy, Ruach HaKodesh. He was able to get that. And he would help David. But at some point, Achitophel is only feeding his own ego and his own kavod, his own honor, and David is all after the truth. So David says, Achitophel, I can't continue entertaining these ideas if they're just for I'll call you rebbe, you are my teacher, you taught me a lot, but I can't entertain these ideas. And Achitophel runs away and joins Avshalom, the son who's rebelling. So Achitophel comes over to Avshalom and says, Avshalom, I have an idea, you have to listen to this, very smart. Right now David is weak and tired. We will take 12,000 soldiers, not a lot, go and look for him and kill him while he is weak and tired. He will not be ready. And Avshalom says, very interesting. Let me see what the rest of the people say. Everybody from Israel said, yeah, let's do it. 12,000 soldiers, it's enough. We'll destroy David and you'll be the king. Avshalom, the son who's rebellious, who wants to get rid of his father, says, wait a second, I have to ask one last guy. He finds this guy named Hushai Ha'arki and says, I really trust what that guy has to say. Why does he care so much about what this one guy has to say, Hushai Ha'arki? Everybody, including Achitophel, that could speak to God, and all the other tribes said, let's get rid of David. He has to chase after this one guy, Hushai Ha'arki, to find out his opinion. He goes over to him, and Hushai Ha'arki says, yes. Yes, you called me? He said, what should we do? Should we attack David or not? Now, what Avshalom did not know is that a few days before that, Hushai Ha'arki was speaking to David in silence, quiet. David told him, Hushai, I need you to do me a favor. Hushai said, whatever you need, I'll come with you. I'll run away from Yerushalayim. I'll run with you into exile. David says, no, I can't have you run away with me. I need you to go into my son's camp and you to be my eyes and ears and you to always Remind everyone to find favor in that they should find a good quality in me, David says to Hushai. Sends him on a private mission, how to remind people to always judge people favorably, especially David wants to be judged favorably by his son and by Israel. So what does Hushai Arki say? Fast forward a few days later, Avshalom comes to him and says, Hushai, come, should we attack David? Hushai says, that's a very, very bad idea, Avshalom. Why? Why? Well, because you know your father, you know his men that are his private guard, they're like bears that are missing their cub, and if anyone comes near them, they're going to destroy them. And right now, we know David ran away from Yerushalayim, which is true. They're now hiding, and they're probably waiting in ambush. If you guys come now with your 12,000 men, David will put everything. He believes in God, and he believes that he will be successful. They're going to destroy that small contingent that you just sent, and then you'll lose all of your public eye and your opinion that people have of you is going to go down. You're not going to get your support anymore. So it's not a good idea to go send a small 12,000 army to go and kill David, because they're going to get ambushed, then you're going to lose everything. Now, what's the truth? People study this. Military strategists, mefarshim, commentators, all look at this. They say, this was bad advice. If Avshalom had gone and gone for David, he would have destroyed him easily. But Hushai gave him bad advice, which actually saved David HaMelech. So this is like, how do we understand this whole story? This sounds like an episode from different TV streaming services that you wish you could get stuff like this that actually happened to our people. So how are we supposed to understand this? And David HaMelech, that's been telling us in all of rebbenachman's teachings, he's constantly quoting David HaMelech, and we read Tehillim, it's so important. It's quoted throughout all the holy books. This just happened to David. How did he deal with this situation? Number one, his son Avshalom was coming to take the kingdom. David said, if this is what Hashem wants and all of Israel supporting him, I want my son to be better than me. That's what a father wants. That's what a teacher wants. They want their son to be better than them. If Hashem, this is what you want, let's go. He runs away. But what does he do? He sends Hushai Arki. He says, Hushai Arki, you know, we always have to judge people favorably. That is the most important thing. Can't be that a son wants to kill his father. Can't be that this is the way that we're going to do it. So please be my eyes and ears in the camp and always put in a good word for me so that the people can be reminded that David HaMelech is like a bear that's there and missing its cub and it's ready to cut anyone down. And that's actually why Avshalom respects him so much. And it makes Avshalom, the son, remember, wow, I really do respect my father in the end of the day. Leading him back to his own integrity, checking him, where is he really? Where does he really stand, Avshalom? And Avshalom gets reminded by Hushai Arki, saying truth in a way that is quite clever, yes. But Avshalom is reminded, I always have to see the positive quality in my father because he would see it in me. And that's what he would believe in. And we need to learn from this. And we're going to continue throughout the series looking at a bunch of different stories of how David HaMelech deals with situations, how different people come in around him, how to look at it. And it should be very interesting. L'chaim and Shavua Tov to everyone. Thank you for watching.